Hey all, my name is Babbles and welcome back to my Biome Building Challenge, the series where I am randomly assigned a biome and then I have to build whatever I can think of for that biome with little to no preparation. And today I am here in the Nether Wastes, and I've got to be honest, there's a little less preparation than usual today. I have no idea what I want to build, but that's part of the fun of this series, so I guess let's just get started. Okay, so one thing that I like to do with this series is I like to try to build in blocks that are readily available in whatever biome I'm building in. I'm not limiting myself only to those blocks, but I do like the majority of the build to be in those blocks. So I was looking at some of these blocks here with the nether bricks and the black stone, and I started thinking about maybe something like a lava fountain, like a water fountain, but with, lava. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these stairs, and this is really just off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find a good location for it. Ooh, maybe over here. This is nice and flat. Let me get rid of some of this fire. And this will be nice and simple, I'm thinking. So let's go 5. A little square. And yeah, let's go ahead and fill in the bottom with blackstone as well. So I kind of want this to be like a little pedestal, and maybe I'll do stairs going around it as well as kind of a way to taper it. Maybe make it just a little bit taller. As you can probably tell, I'm not really thinking too hard about what is going to go next as I'm going through the inventory. Otherwise, I would probably be grabbing blocks in a much more efficient manner. So here is where we can have our lava coming down. And this is extremely simple so far, so I think I want to kind of jazz it up a little bit. Maybe get some of the red in there. Let's go with these. I think I'll kind of have these pillars going up on the corners. Whoops. Okay, and now I kind of want to do... Right. I kind of want to do a sort of arch, so actually, let's get the chiseled and just replace these top blocks. And then kind of go in like this. And we'll do that on all the sides. Ah! Okay, where'd that go? Right here. I guess I am just as clumsy in-game as I am out of game. Okay, nice little arch, and now I think I'm going to make them meet in the middle. Okay, so this looks still very simple, but I think we can maybe zhuzh it up a bit more. So I'll replace these. And let me go in with... maybe we'll go with the brighter red. Actually, I don't know if I like that. Let's see what else we've got. Let's go with the basalt, see what that looks like. Okay, I do think I like that better. Because I think this way it kind of looks like a little bit of a walkway. So that people can come up to it. Or I guess piglins. Unfortunately, get rid of the gold. All right, I kind of like that. Now, let's go ahead and get the lava in there just to see what it looks like. Nope. Not there. There. Okay. I've caused many problems for myself. Okay, so these are not going to be seen, and I think they're just messing with the flow, so I'm going to get rid of those. No. How does that flow now? Better. But it makes it look even more simple, so let's do a bit more decorating. So I did some thinking and I did some looking, and I've decided what I want is at least one tree. So I'm actually going to make the trunk of the tree using the crimson wood and the kind of leaves of the tree, the warped wart block. So I think I'm going to start off relatively simple and then go from there. Just a simple little trunk here. Little higher, I think. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to start. Now I'm going to kind of go off like this, and I want it to kind of be reminiscent of like a weeping willow. So the branches are just going to be kind of long and a little bit droopy, maybe a little bit spindly. All right, basic framing. And then I'm going to go in, kind of change up the shape a little bit. Make it look a little more, I don't know, natural feels like a good term, but also this is the Nether. I don't know how natural this stuff is. Let's go in with some stairs and then crimson slab to make it seem like the roots are kind of going into the ground. Let me break this up a bit. How about we have a root kind of going up like that, and then maybe one kind of down. Then blend that in with a stair. Then more roots like that. Okay, so I'm starting to like this, but I want to kind of make the transition a little bit smoother between the turns of the branches. Maybe there. And then maybe some stairs there. Slab. All right, that's starting to look pretty good. Now I'm going to go in with some fences and just kind of make the branches a little more thin and spindly. Now I want to make it clear I am no expert when it comes to tree building. I am not any sort of tree expert in general, so I'm just kind of going with what feels right and what I think looks all right. Yeah, all right. And now I'm gonna go in with the wart block. And I want this to kind of go everywhere. I want it to seem like the tree's really, like, heavy. With leaves, with fungus, whatever this is. So I am going to have it going on a little bit thicker. Normally with trees you would want there to be some air gaps. And there may still be a few in this, but I want it to feel like the tree is really weighed down with lots of whatever this is. So right now I'm kind of just spamming blocks everywhere, and then I'm going to go in and shape it afterwards. Okay, and now I want this to kind of drag down. I almost want the top of this to look kind of like a landscape. You know, like you could almost be walking along it. Kind of like that. Okay, how are we looking so far? Okay, I want that to be up there a little bit more. Maybe a little more here. Okay, I'm not mad at this. I think this looks pretty good. That looks a little too thick, so I'll do that. Now I think I'm going to go in with... Ooh, do these go down or do they only go up? I think they maybe only go up. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What are our other options? Maybe the pale hanging moss. I have a feeling this will be a bit too gray. Maybe a bit. Yeah, I don't like that. I think we'll stick with this for now and maybe put some of these just amongst the roots. Maybe a little more on this side. Okay. I think I like this. It is very simple, but I kind of like how it looks a little bit worn down. So I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If there's a biome that you want me to build in next, leave a comment down below. Maybe keep an eye out on my channel for the polls that I do occasionally so that people can vote for what biome I build in next. Please leave a like if you like, subscribe if you so choose, and I'll see you in the next video. See y'all.